American stocks were just downgraded, and Tesla depreciation is massive. Today, I read an interesting article on Yahoo Finance, put out by Business Insider and written by Tom Carter, titled, Tesla owners offloading their cars over Elon Musk backlash are in for a nasty surprise. According to the author, Tesla owners selling up amid backlash against Elon Musk should be prepared to take a big loss. Tesla resale values have collapsed in recent years, with the average price of a used Tesla now $10,000 less than that of a non-Tesla electric car. This is according to data from the dealership website Car Gurus. Here are my thoughts. First, my heart goes out to people who are in a negative equity position in their Tesla vehicles. I hate to think about anyone struggling financially. In terms of what is happening with used Tesla prices, I think this is a result of more than just backlash over Elon Musk. In my opinion, the hype surrounding electric vehicles is slowing. I wouldn't doubt to hear about automakers changing their tune and focusing on hybrid or internal combustion engine vehicles in the near future. Many of these automakers experienced losses because of EVs. The Trump administration is not going to make electric vehicles a priority like the Biden administration did. Perhaps some people are frustrated with range limitations and the lack of charging station availability in some areas of the country. Then, there are people who are finding out how expensive it is to service aging EVs. I wonder how many people who are trying to trade in their EVs will switch back to an internal combustion engine vehicle. Now, the author of this article went on to talk about how the demand for used Teslas has fallen because of price reductions on new Tesla vehicles. I think people in America who are dealing with extreme Tesla depreciation should be happy the U.S. government hasn't allowed the importation of Chinese manufactured electric vehicles. Chinese companies like Xiaomi are manufacturing impressive electric vehicles at an affordable price. These are infiltrating other countries as we speak. I'm afraid the world is going to be less interested in non-Chinese manufactured electric vehicles in the future because their prices won't be as competitive. There were over 5,000 comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "A few months ago, you couldn't find a used Cybertruck with low mileage, less than 10,000 miles, for less than $120,000. I did a quick search, and I saw them for as little as $70,000. That's quite the swing." The next commenter said, "I've never owned a Tesla, but I did rent one once because I was at a small airport and it was one of a few options available. Let's just say I was not the least bit impressed. The self-driving function would quit working right in the middle of my drive, and I swear I spent more time charging it than driving it. And yeah, it had good acceleration, but that came at a big price when charging during peak times. No thanks." Another commenter said, "I always thought Tesla was overpriced and overrated, and really not very useful for the long haul. There really is no charging infrastructure across the country. Perhaps when all rest stops and businesses have charging stations, it might be different. I watched a travel blog when the man had an electric SUV rated at a range of 300 miles. When he loaded his SUV up for a long cross-country trip, the loaded SUV dropped to a 200-mile range. When he found a charging station, he had to wait an hour in line just to charge. These EVs use up hundreds of precious metals, and they are digging huge holes in the earth to mine them. In addition, they have no plan on how to dispose of the dead batteries other than to bury them in huge pits. Oh, and those charging stations you're using? In effort to save the earth, they are using diesel generators. So obviously, there's a whole lot more to be done to truly perfect the EV. In the meantime, it would be perfectly okay if Tesla went completely bankrupt and out of business." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, No offense to dogs, but Tesla is a dog of a car. The fit and finish are terrible and laughable in most instances. Acceleration is good, but range is low for anything but a quick city commute. They are useless out in rural areas for long road trips. They are expensive to repair and expensive to insure. Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Reuters and written by Tom Westbrook, titled, Citi Cuts Recommendation for U.S. Stocks as Recession Fears Hit, Lifts View on China. According to the author, Citi analysts cut their recommendation for U.S. stocks to neutral from overweight. This happened on Monday after recession fears pummeled the market, arguing that the U.S. economy may no longer outpace the rest of the world in the coming months. At the same time, they upgraded their view on China to overweight from neutral. Here are my thoughts. Isn't this interesting? For years, we have been hearing about how strong the U.S. economy is. Many pointed at how well the stock market was doing. How things have changed. We have seen the stock market drop during several sessions recently. The billionaire Ray Dalio was in the news this week, warning that mounting U.S. debt problems could lead to shocking developments. Warren Buffett sold massive S&P 500 positions, even though he has always told people time in the market beats timing the market. He also has his largest cash position in his company's history. We also have a massive number of people who are struggling to repay their student loans after the multi-year payment pause. Also, consider the fact that we have the largest amount of credit card debt in American history right now. We have an economy that relies on debt. Our economy also depends on consumer spending. This is getting harder for people to do in this higher interest rate environment, since so many people are levered up right now. Less spending doesn't bode well for company bottom lines, especially since they have seen their costs go up in recent years. They are paying more for labor, they are paying more for insurance, they are also paying more for items that they need to purchase to sustain their businesses. Warren Buffett has always said to not bet against America, but he has massively reduced his stock exposure and built a mountain of cash. I wonder if he has changed his tune. Of course, he's not going to come out in the news and admit it. Privately, you have to wonder what he is talking about with some of his top-level executives. I'm curious, what do you think about Citi analysts cutting their recommendation for U.S. stocks while upgrading their view on China? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.